Hey there, my name is Lost in Violet. Welcome to the channel. Today I'm going to be doing three main things. We need to build a bee farm for redstone projects and candles and all of the good things. The second goal of this episode is to build an iron farm. Just a little iron farm, nothing crazy. I just need something to be passively generating iron while I'm doing other stuff in this area. And the third goal of today is to be terraforming the terrain out in front of the botanist house that I'm standing in the yard of right now. Hi donkey. And also gradually blend it with the terrain where we'll be building the city, which is gonna be a huge project down the road, but I'm gonna at least make a dent in it today. Anyway, let's get started. For our bee farm, I'm just gonna set up a shulker box full of everything we need. In here I have 3 bee nests. Both these are empty, but if I breed these 2 bees, we should be able to fill them up. Also need some redstone components, which it looks like I'm very low on, but maybe I have some in here. I thought I had a shulker box full of redstone components. Maybe it's down by the moss farm or the flower farm. Not in here. Not up there. Okay. Not looking too good. Where is it? Last place I could think of is if it's... Okay. There it is. See, I thought I had comparators. Things are never where I think they are. We're gonna need a lot of redstone dust. I'll go ahead and say we need 4 dispensers, because I'm gonna have 2 hives that are honeycomb and 2 that are honey bottles. We'll need a lot of glass for bottles. And I also want glass for the outside decoration of the farm, so we're gonna take this and I'm gonna dye a lot of it green to make green glass panes. I don't think we need observers, but I'm gonna pack them anyway. We're gonna need hoppers for sure, which just means we need iron and some chests, which I think I have in here somewhere. I like to have barrels be the receptacle of my redstone farms as opposed to chests. I think they just look nicer, and plus you can place blocks over top of them. Now in terms of color scheme for our build, I want to go with green and copper, I guess would be the last thing, which I have a lot of. I'm definitely not going to need this many. I think it's crazy that 1 block translates to 1 copper grate, because this is just this with a bunch of holes in it. Like, where is the rest of the copper going? Same with, like, buttons. I feel like you should be able to make, like, 16 buttons with 1 block of wood. Crafting recipes are just so imbalanced. Alright, I'm gonna take both of these, and then our last building material, I believe, is gonna be stone bricks, mossy stone bricks, because I'm feeling tasteful. And then, alright, I guess we just need flowers now. Let's see. I'm gonna try some 2 tall flowers. I forgot to make our hoppers, but we can wait on that. Is it getting nighttime or daytime? I think the sun is setting, unfortunately. Let's grab our bed, because I think it's over here. I've done a little bit of terraforming since last episode. Nothing crazy, but we're slowly chipping away at it. Okay, we've got our bee nests out here. The bees are popping out and taking nectar from flowers and then going back into their hives. And while they're doing that, I'm trying to breed them. So I think we're up to 3. We started with 2. I'm missing a hopper. Where did our last hopper go? Perhaps it is in a hopper. No, it's over here. Okay, so there's our hopper chain. The next thing to do is place grass blocks in the front. Oh, hey there. You are very cute. Oh my gosh. Here is the front of the farm. We can still get by, which is good. And it's going to be built next to the tree, which is slightly controversial. Hi, yes, you're in the way a little bit. I am going to grab 1 pair of shears and just... Whoa! I forgot they did that. No! Are they all mad at me, or is there just 1? See, this is why I brought the campfires. I hope campfires don't spread fire. These are things I should know about the game that I was not taking into consideration. Okay, we've already got 6. Ow. Can you tell I've never made a bee farm? after much bee wrangling and getting stung twice and the messing around with a lot of stuff, our bee farm is finally done. I put a lot of bottles in these 2 dispensers, and then these 2 have shears, which I might make into unbreaking shears at some point, but it's realistically going to take a while for those to go down. All of this is going to oxidize over time, which should be cool. But we already have 24 honeycomb and 5 honey bottles, which is pretty awesome. I don't need anything crazy, as long as I have just a passive farm going in the background where I can have these items whenever I need them in small amounts. Like, I'll be happy. Next, I gotta get all my inventory organized. I'm completely out of iron ingots. I have some iron ore and some raw iron, but I want to leave these alone. If I ever need these blocks for some sort of building project, I want to be able to have them. So we're going to figure out an iron farm today as well. Alright, we've got everything assembled here. The next order of business is getting villagers, which is a pain in the butt. I need you eventually, but we need to breed some villagers because currently I only have 1 that I'm willing to put in a farm, and he is in a cardboard box right there that got a little buried when I was doing terraforming. Okay, you need to pardon the situation behind me. I need to put these guys where they belong, but right now they're in a sad calcite box. We're just gonna put down some more beds, and I'm gonna immediately just throw bread on the ground. Please take some. I might have distributed the bread a little too much. Okay. Operation More Bread. "24 loaves of bread." I'm gonna give you specifically some bread. Oh, get out of there. Stop being stupid, please. We're gonna put boats out by this door, and then they'll run straight into the boats, and then I can easily transport them to where the farm is gonna be. Because I'm gonna be doing a ton of terraforming over here, I think that the best place for the iron farm is gonna be somewhere over here for now. I don't know where precisely. Maybe back here. This feels like a good chunk to put it. Okay, we've marked out the chunk that I'm gonna have the farm in. I eventually want to have these villagers so that they're roaming around, but I need to build an entire castle first, and that I fear is not happening very soon. Can I do this? Why are there no children in here? There are 0 children in here. Oh my god, there's a child in here! Okay, I was wrong. It's stuck back there. How did you get behind there, dude? That's insane. I have a genius plan, and it's to just break these beds and this one. Oh, never mind. Just, no, and try to get them to pathfind outside. And then in their effort to pathfind outside, they'll get in the boats. Okay, 1 more. Actually, I don't need 1 more. 1 more can stand there. Now, if I take this... Okay, editor lost here. Before you say, wow, it's very brave of you to transport villagers at night, like it's kind of dangerous. Bad things are about to happen. Let's just take a moment to pause and realize the stupidity of the situation. I am transporting villagers in the middle of the Minecraft night where I'm playing on a survival world that's in hard mode, so every time I spend a certain amount of time in a chunk, the likelihood of mobs spawning with better gear and more powerful weapons increases, and there's gonna just be a bunch of monsters around. Let's just say this didn't turn out well. Whoa, we got him! I've never done this before. I feel like it slows me down a little bit. Oh, it's so dark. Oh wait, there's zombies! Oh, okay. Hold on, I have an idea. This is very bad. Melon cage, melon cage, melon cage, melon cage, melon cage. Creeper! No! I don't think this could have gone worse. Why did I decide to move them at nighttime? I'm about to... This is a very terrible situation. My baby villagers are about to be zombie baby villagers. I'm in hard mode. Everyone has armor. I do not. Oh no, oh no, oh no. Are the children safe? Are the children safe? The children are safe. Okay. This is what we're gonna do. Oh my god. Getting beaten up to high heavens. I don't know why I decided a weapon that had fire aspect was a good thing for me to own. This is just going to show that I am so out of practice and why I should not have a fire aspect sword. The good thing is zombies would rather target me than baby villagers, which is a plus. Villagers are safe. This is what I get for lighting up all the caves. I deserve to be absolutely decimated in my own front yard. Hi, yes, I'm aware you are right there. Goodbye. We are going back to the melon cage to get the children out of their prison. That's a sentence I didn't think I would ever say. Just taking my kids for a stroll in the boat. Hope they don't die. See, like, this game mechanic shouldn't exist, in my opinion. Here we go! Villagers have been saved and put in a cobblestone box. Now I just have to go get the other villager, which should be easy because it's daytime. Oh, we're set. A rookie mistake would be to not light that up, so I'm gonna go grab a torch and some more cobblestone. At least our bee farm is doing good. These guys are now safe and protected in their cobblestone box until I need them for the farm, and we have our zombie over there as well. Which means I can get started on the farm, and I'm following a tutorial by someone called Avomance, and I will link their channel in the description. I wanted to find a design for a one chunk iron farm because I wanted something very small that could just run in the background while I'm doing other stuff. And a lot of iron farms are ugly, but I thought this one looked pretty cool. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and build that. Yippee! Okay, we've built our iron farm, and we built our bee farm. So that means our last order of business is to do some terraforming. Hello. Do y'all want to come over here and fight me? I don't want to mess up my crops. We'll just like shoot each other if you run around in circles, by the way. Wow, y'all are really good at aiming. Behind me is the area I want to terraform. I did a bit of this already. As you can tell, the stone is exposed. But I want to make this wheat field like taper off nicely, and then I want to get rid of a lot of this stone and slant it downwards so that it lines up with this level pretty nicely. We're just sort of roughly bringing all of this down. I'm curious how much our iron farm has generated while we've been mining away these few layers of stone, so I'm gonna go check on it. Okay, a little bit. I'm gonna get back to terraforming now. It is the next day, and I have made a dent in the terraforming, but it is honestly going to be a long-term project. I'm currently trying to figure out where to call it for today. I decided I want this to be like a cliff face over here, so we're just mining down, then stopping at about this point. Near the house, I'm having the terrain slowly slope down until it gets to the same level as this terrain over here. I would rather not have everything slope inward towards the houses because I honestly think it looks a little odd. As you can see here, there's just ring upon ring of terrain, and I don't like how that looks. But this is a little bit nicer here, and we could make it a lot more gradual if I can open this area up more. I'm sort of running out of time for this episode. I know it's been a while. It's been really fun to be back on this world again. This summer, I'm hopefully going to upload a lot more consistently. But this terraforming project, because of how arduous it is, it's going to be something that I do over the course of the next couple of episodes at least, just because of how large scale it is. I've had to repair my tools, I think, 3 times now, and we're talking 2 netherite pickaxes and a diamond shovel. I actually broke my previous shovel while I was terraforming down there. Good news is, while I've been terraforming, we've been collecting a bit of iron. I just came and checked this a little while ago. If I craft this really quick into iron blocks, we can do a solid chunk of expanding this beacon. We're a little under halfway through with adding another layer onto the base of it. Maybe we'll finish the beacon before the terraforming project is done. Honestly, terraforming is like never done. I think I'm gonna call it there for today. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you check out some of my other videos, and I hope you have a lovely day.